console stuff. So this is the second layer of glass. I've just done this with a filler in the resin so that I can block it out nice and neat. And that is going to be my power window switch. And you see the top there, it's cut away so that the next piece can just slot in there nice and should look good. Wait for this to go off and then do some sanding. Have a go with this. Your center console. This is all covered in leather from an old couch I had. And I've just painted it in a satin black to match. But have a look, I've got a little recess here for this piece to sit in. The piece has got to be pinned down yet. And I've got to make a booty and that trim to surround it. But cup holders in place, power window switches in place. That is an OG grill badge with some timber wrap that matches the dashboard. I am pretty fucking happy with that. Much better than when it was covered in carpet. No padding, I just shaped some foam and then put some fiberglass over the top of it, so 2 layers of fiberglass, and smoothed it out, and then you get these nice little hollows between shit, and it's all stuck down and not going anywhere, and it seals up at the back like it's supposed to. And it's just sits down so snug, just not coming out. Happy camper. Come up with an idea to pin down that centerpiece of the console because I need it to be accessible for electrics. There's fuses and shit that are going to be accessible under there. What I'm going to do is take this stainless coach screw that I've had sitting around. I'm never going to use it for anything because I don't have a matching one, so it's going to be a one-off. I've got slightly smaller sizes floating around. Got this Stano rod I bought to do some other stuff with that not getting used for that. So what I'm going to do is chop this off, smooth this out a little bit, drill and tap a 6mm thread down the middle, and then I'll put this in and I'll just TIG the top just on here just to make the thread not rotate in it, and then that can be a nice long coach like on thumb screw that'll just hold it down into I'll just use some old steel I got here. There's a spot on the floor already where the gear stick pivot mounts. I can drill a hole in this, just an M6 hole, and then it'll go straight through that. And I'll bend the other end and put a M6 nutsert in it. Bend it the right height, put a nutsert in it, and then this whole thing can thread through. Then as you screw it down, it'll actually pull the whole thing down and back towards the back of the console, which is what I want. Stay out of the way of everything, be really easy to access, and without any tools to get to like fuses and shit if I need them. And I've managed to use, repurpose some stuff that otherwise was just going to be sitting around doing nothing, so that's good too. I won't leave it stainless, I'll paint it black, just so you don't really see it. I mean, it's on the back side. Shouldn't notice it too much anyway, but I don't really want it to be standy, outy at all. There's my little thumb screw. So this is all very nice and solid. I just need to hold it down tight, not ridiculous. You can see there's the piece of metal, little M6 nutsert on the back there. The bottom end's just held straight in down where, well, you can just see it there. So I just had to pick a slightly longer button head to go through that, and that holds the front of the pivot for the stick in, as well as that piece, which means it's nice and out of the way. So which means I can take that off, just unscrew this. I think I might shorten that a little bit, but it doesn't need to be short. I'll paint all of these black though, because I don't want them bright, I don't want them standing out. And then that piece can come up nicely. I can get access to what I've got to get access to. So I'll make the piece next that goes up in here, holds all that in, and I'll make it with a little flange that comes forward this way. sits flat on that. This piece will sit over the top of it and hold it down nice and solid. So then I can take it out whenever I need to. Fits, but I'm not happy with it. You can see square corners and stuff here. Kind of really wanted this to be less noticeable. I think if I curve it backwards like that, away from these parts and away from the sides, it'll be less noticeable. So I think we're going to try and probably stretch some fabric over a metal frame a la Mika Special and see if I can make it work that way. Right, heaps happy with this, heaps better. And I think the main reason is, if you look here, my red piece of metal now doesn't get overpowered right on a corner here by the carpet behind it. The carpet pulls away. So I just did that using the stretch material technique and using some epoxy resin. So that's come up good. I managed to reuse the bit of carpet that I had on the piece of metal that I had there before. Just re-stretch it and it's fitting just nicely. Just curved away, it stops just here, but with the piece I'm going to put in here, you won't see any of that, and it leaves a nice space in the top for sort of any heat that gets created by the electronics there can sort of, you know, rise out a bit, gives it a bit of air to breathe, and also really good spot for all the packets of blue smoke to escape from. Ooh, shaky! And my thumb screw just doing its job, looking nice. Pretty happy, really. It's really going to just sort of look like I imagined it to look. So I'm going to grab some thinners on an old rag and just clean that spot off there that I've just wiped bloody dirty contact adhesive on. I've actually made a ridge in this piece back here so that this piece just drops down into it, the same as I did here. So this piece drops in and sort of locks it all in. This isn't going to go anywhere, especially not now that I've said that. But I may, up under the back of it, there's like the bottom piece would come up, and then there's the metal piece, and then the top piece sort of sits inside it. So I might just make some sort of clamp that can go around it and just clip on, just to hold it and stop it from rattling. But I think we might just wait and see. If it rattles, I'll build it. If it doesn't, I'll just fucking leave it. Alright, bent up a bit of TIG rod. It's just 2.4mm TIG rod Stano. Just bent it around that shape just to prove to myself that I could, because I've got a 8mm Stano bar coming. I'm going to have to do the same trick. So I think it's going to look okay. I might make the booty out of neoprene, because I have some old wetsuit I could use. It's either that or I'm making it out of some oil leather that I've got. Started messing around with kick panels too. This is one of the old ones. Just managed to pull it down and have a look where it sits. I want to make this and across the bottom here in one piece, cover it, and actually have the floor carpet. I'll cut it off and then cover this stuff in the same carpet as this. Right, a little more progress. So this is 8mm stainless bar. I've just bent up to create this beauty trim. I'm going to put a button head here and a button head there, just like in the same spots that they'd be if they were the bolts that hold in the tail light surround. I've got a piece of leather to create the booty, and I think I'll finish doing this and then just sand it like crazy and polish it up and make it look half decent. Okay, here it is. See my nice Stano trim piece. I got it on the buffing wheel and polished it all up. It's a leather gear booty. I've got to do a bit more dicking around with it to get it right, but you know, it does the trick for now. I want to join it at the front here with press studs. There's just a piece of stainless wire in here that just grips that, so I just want to remake that so it just clicks around it and holds, and then you do the press studs up on the front and that's it, you're in. So the idea would be that you can undo this and just lift this up to access all the electronics under there if you need to, but It's not getting in the way. Reverse works, no worries. Can't get fifth at the moment because of where the box sits. But third and fourth, you can see that's the biggest trouble. There's no problems at all with that. And that looks pretty trick. Oh, lost the light. Guess that's the end. Bye.